Hey, what's going on, YouTube, my family and my friends? Excellent Dreams here, back with another exclusive video for you today. Uh, uh, take a drink of this water. You know, jump right into it. Right, let's see here. I was working on this month, and it's really not that bad. I really, as I observe it more, and I'm looking at the stones more, and I'm checking out, the overall feel that the Rhinestone Wizard gave it by giving it an island feel. Let me take all of these stones, same color, all same color, same size. Let's edit. Let's nudge those over. That's when they're by themselves. They don't look too bad. By themselves, they don't look too bad. Maybe we can straighten it up here, straighten it up, sure. So if I wanted to keep it, looks like I have a lot of work actually when you look at it closely. If you're trying to get it perfect, you want to go in there and practically fix almost every line. So let's try it another way. Let's try it like this. So this side was fairly good. Then this side right here was kind of jacked. So let's see if we can drag out our ruler. We're gonna put the ruler right here on this nose, right there, dead smack where we want it in the center. Let's get it in the center. That's looking good for me. Hmm. Actually, visually looking at it, hmm, the center, if we're trying to get it all the way up, would be like right here. All right, let's try that. I'm going to grab all of this. I'm going to Control-C, copy it, and I'm going to paste it. I'm going to nudge that over. So what I want to do now is grab me a square. I'm going to slice this, trim, boom, trim blue, trim that, and that to the back. So we really just detail that. So now take this whole thing right here, drag it there, split the page. And now let's see what we can get. bring this curve down to where it comes this way. This one comes this way. There we go. Now let's see what we get if we do an item field. One item, place in the field. Later path, merge overlapping stones. Then let's just change it to right select so we can see the stones. I mean, it's still not bad. Still not bad. Hey, Kawana.
What's up? What's up, Raymond?
All right, got my chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I always I don't know if you've seen any of my previous training videos, any of them at all.
Yes, I have. I saw a lot of them. Yes, I subscribe to you. Yes.
So I typically as I get started, I would jump in and do like a quick design or something, you know, waiting for the trainees to come aboard. That way it's just not me just sitting there in front of the camera, just, you know, waiting.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right. So let me move this stuff out of my way. I just realized I need a little more leg room. All right. So have you played around with the software at all?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay.
And I've listened to some of your pointers and all that stuff. So yes. Okay. And I was looking at you. You was the reason why I got the TRW.
Thank you. Thank you. So is there any areas where you would consider that you would want to learn first? Is there anything like that you have in mind? Like, oh, I definitely want to learn how to do that.
Some of the things that I had questions, I had two questions. You were doing DTF in Rhinestone. Can you press rhinestones on the DTF?
I say yes and no.
No,
right?
Okay.
I say yes because now I have a large format DTF printer, you know, that prints out the print consistently, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Before I had a converted DTF printer. I had multiple converted DTF printers that I converted myself, and we were all learning. You know, we were all just DTF is still new to the industry. So as I was fiddling with it, I realized that depending on the type of DTF printer that you have and however it lays the white ink, if you can consistently layer a nice coat of white ink without it being too overly thick.
Okay, gotcha.
Then the rhinestones press onto DTF, and I've had a shirt that's been washed a few times and they're still on it. Okay. Now the old converted printers, I was just thinking that the ink was too thick. Like to get those rich and vibrant colors, we had to print it on like 1440, or 1440, 720 for the resolution. And for some reason, it seemed like the ink in those converted Epson printers was coming out too thick. Now we have a 64-inch commercial printer. Like we paid what, $40,000 for this printer.
Wow.
And when I attempted to press rhinestones onto that DTF and wash it, it was like it's like pressing it onto a thin layer of ink. You know, so
gotcha.
That's why I said yes and no. I guess it would depending on how you print. Because with those old converted printers, you can change that resolution, which ultimately changes how thick the ink was on the garment.
Okay, well, I don't have a DTF, so I was just, I
Okay.
don't have one, but if I wanted to purchase the transfers for that, that's what I'm like more interested in. So, but like you're saying, you have to really, I guess, test it out and really see what happens.
Right, right. When it comes to purchasing transfers, I sell the transfers.
Okay,
You would just more so have to deal with someone who is going to match that exact transfer up to your template if you're planning on layering rhinestone.
gotcha. Okay. That's good to know. And then one of the things too that what I like about your designs is they're not just rhinestones. So I like that. And I like how you also add with the vinyl. And if you can show me, you did one time about making sure you had that gap. You'd have enough gap to put the rhinestones. So when you do the template, you don't have to worry about the rhinestones getting on that vinyl.
Right, right, right. I'll show you little tricks for that today as well.
Okay.
Let me show you. Let's jump right in. We're gonna have some fun today. All right, so this is what you had saw at first, what I was working on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a cluster of diamonds. Um, let me so how far would you say you are intermediate, beginner, intermediate?
Beginner, intermediate, I would
Okay.
say. I mean, I've made several ones in some designs. I have done some designs and some I want to get better. And I've looked at your tips about how to fill it and everything. I look at the nudging. I do the nudging.
Right, right. The nudge
And
feature
stuff like that.
saved so much time.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I'm just gonna smart fill this little piece right here.
Okay.
I like to smart fill it, then I like to hold shift, click there, because I want to combine this little gray piece to the teal, and then I want to weld it. I
Okay.
found that combine and weld works better than just welding. Welding would have definitely worked for that instance. Let's go back. Let's see.
Okay. So you select that one,
Yep,
that
I
area.
select
Uh-huh.
that one. I hold shift,
Yep.
select the
Okay.
next one that I want to group it with or combine it with, and then I right click and I get
Okay.
the option to combine.
All right.
We just did that. Let me go up here, and instead of combining, I want to weld.
Okay.
So that works there too. But sometimes you may find that if you're welding a lot of objects, like if we were welding, let me break this curve apart. We were welding this piece, and
Mm-hmm.
then we welded it to this piece, right?
Yep.
And then we held shift again, and then we welded it. So we got these two pieces right here welded. We
Yep.
hold shift again, and we click on that piece, and we weld it to that piece. And then we hold shift again, and we weld it, or we hold. I'm still holding shift. I'm just going to select the rest of these pieces and weld it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes after making that many welds, the software goes, it it takes this yellow and it skews it. I've figured out that if you combine as you go, it it eliminates that from happening.
Okay.
So I got into a habit the past few years of just combining first and then weld.
Okay.
Combine and then weld. You it'll make your life a lot easier. Combine and then weld.
Well, okay.
I was so used to welding, and I kept asking myself, like, oh, why does it skew it like that when it does that? And I think that's a viable solution because it stopped that from happening.
Now, so when you use would you use the combine and well also when you're dealing with the rhinestones too, or just when we're dealing with these solid colors,
Yeah,
like that? Is that
just
better?
when you're dealing with the solid colors, because
Okay.
we're not combining or welding rhinestones in a sense, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Gotcha.
could what type of cutter you got?
I have that Romeo.
Okay, okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, you after using Coreldraw, you will be converting well not even converting, exporting your SVG file so that you can use it with your Romeo.
Correct. That's
Okay.
what I've been doing. Yes, correct.
Okay, great. So what I did here, I just did a quick island fill, and
Okay.
I got my island set at 1. I never changed my spacing here,
Okay.
and here I got it on automatic. I found out automatic. I don't know. It just looks just a tad bit better than 0.14, which was the default,
Okay.
and then like 0.075. That's default for Rhinestone.
Okay.
So if we do our basic island fill, clear the path and merge overlapping stones.
Yeah.
Let it work its magic. It's 2,200 and 1,419. Okay. So I like to deselect so I can see them. And it did an okay job, It still definitely gives me a lot of work to do. So
Correct.
it won't deter me from actually jumping in there and giving this an hour or two of work, because I think the design will actually come out nice. But when you jumped into the video, I was at this stage where I was like, I looked at it and I grabbed all my stones and I just nudged them over.
Okay.
I wanted to see them without the colors. If it was just rhinestones on a shirt. So I made this black box here just so I could see the circles by themselves. And I was like, it ain't that bad when they just rhinestones. And
Okay. Yeah.
they're gonna be dancing too. So that's not bad, So I was like, okay, let me see what it look like with a hatch fill. I was right about to do the hatch fill and you jumped in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. So let's do place and fill. Let me do a hatch fill. Let's see what that looks like. So hatch fill, I like hatch fill because it does it left or right in a typewriter almost setting. So like it definitely filled in this inside area
Yes.
here
Yeah.
real good.
Uh-huh.
Let it finish its work. I'm gonna grab, wait a minute, let me change the color of all of these stones. Boom, to green. I'm going to move my box up here. That way I can select all of these color stones. I select all same size and color,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna nudge those up. And bring my box down just a little bit. And I'm gonna push my box to the back, B. That's not bad either. So just looking at it, either way, I'm gonna have some work to do. So
Yeah.
then I start thinking like, okay, that's not bad, that's not bad. What if all right, so I got this one over here. They look similar, but they're not. I took this one over here and I split it in half. So I drug my ruler out and I try to get it right in the center.
Okay.
I think it was more closer to here. As you can see right here, you can tell the centers are different. Hold on, I'm trying to get them. See how
I see
thicker
the
this one
line at the
is?
bottom. Yeah, I see the line at the bottom with that one.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice the one at the bottom. It
Mhm.
merged those two together because when I brought my ruler out, you see my ruler clipped the bottom of this red one right here.
Got it.
Okay, so I'm gonna copy this again because I don't want to disturb the original. I'm gonna just nudge that out again.
Okay.
I'm gonna nudge it out one more time and get it out the way. So what I did was I brought in a box, rectangle. All right, I'm not even going to fill it so that you can see what actually that I'm doing. So I got that box here. Now we know that this whole black area here is all together, right?
Okay.
The black area is the outline for the whole diamonds. We're going to click right here on this box. We're going to hold shift. We're going to click on this black right here, and we're going to trim that out of there. Like, so now that's gone.
But what did you do that again?
All right, let me go back. All right.
Uh-huh.
So I took my object. So this is just a rectangle object that I drew. I didn't
Okay.
fill it in with color. I could fill it in with color, but we don't need to have it filled in with color. I'm using this box here as
I see.
a cookie cutter, basically.
Okay.
I'm going to cut. I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna hold shift, click on the black, and right here I'm gonna use trim.
Okay.
It's two over from weld for trim, and it trimmed all of that black that was inside of that area of that rectangle. All right, I'm gonna click on this box because it's not filled yet. If I were to fill it, you will see that it's on top. I'm not going to fill it though. I am, however, going to send that selection to the back.
Okay.
So that way I can, all of this aquamarine, that's together. So I need to trim that. This red, this is together. So I need to trim that. However, this, what color is that?
Purple, whatever, like, yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna say purple, light purple. This light purple. And these two, they were just on the opposite side. So I'm just going to delete those.
Okay.
So I need this rectangle, hold shift, click here, and we're gonna trim that out. And we're gonna trim this out.
Okay.
So I trim that out. I no longer need my trimming box. That's what we'll call it for now. I'm gonna delete that. So I still have my ruler here in the center of the design.
Okay.
I'm gonna just grab all of this. I'm gonna hold control so that it stays on the same axis as we move it over. We're gonna move it over, and I'm gonna right click to make a copy.
Okay.
Now it's right there on that line. We can flip it here by mirroring horizontally. Boom.
Gotcha.
For that, and then of course you want to see, now you got half of black here and half of black on the other side. So you want to click on one black, hold shift, click on the other black, and then weld those together.
Okay.
So now we have this, which looks good by itself. I was just to print this design now, it still looks good, you know. I can put the diamond club going through it or whatever, but I wanted rhinestones. That's the whole point. I'm gonna delete this one. I just was showing you the example on how I split it in half, and then because now both sides are the same.
The same, yeah, got it.
Makes for a lot less work where you're dealing with parallel designs. So now both sides, when I do a fill, should come in perfectly, and that's what I got using the new one. The old one, this one over here, I'm show you. I didn't like it. That's why I was like, let me try splitting it. I don't even need to show you. Let's just say this one is better, right?
Yeah.
But it's still not better to where I'm like, okay, when you zoom in, oh man, that's a lot of work if I want them straight and perfect. So now I'm like, okay, let me try to do an island fill on the inside of the colors.
Oh, okay.
So of course, let me weld this red back together. So, and let me weld this blue back together.
Or combine, could you still do combine and weld?
Yes.
Okay.
Only, okay, I don't want to say only. So when you're doing a quick weld like this, like I already know that all of these pieces are together and I only need to weld them to all of these pieces. I wasn't selecting each and every piece, welding it all together at once.
Okay.
So I already sort of know that I can easily weld these whole sections together without it skewing.
Mhm.
Have you ever had a skew on you?
Have what?
Had a skew
What's the
where
skew?
where I can't show you. I can't show you until it
Oh, but
happens.
what pops up? It just X freezes?
No, a line pops up where it's usually
Oh, I have that. Yeah, and
yeah,
I had one. Yeah, I was working on yesterday. When you was working yesterday, I
yeah,
said, let me get on some, not just looking at you work. Let me do some work. And I did it, and it was with a rhinestone. I was like selecting it, and I was going to do what's the middle thing down at the bottom to, to do the two to join,
right,
and it went straight down. Yeah.
right,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Replace those to
Correct.
make the spacing equal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That that will happen, and it will also happen at times if you're like welding a lot of objects together, and the objects that you're welding, one is on this side of the screen, one is on that side of the screen. You welding it with this one, you welding it with that one, you welding it with that one, because you're trying to weld all of this particular same color together. In
Uh-huh.
those type of instances, it's best to, as you're clicking and selecting and going along, combine,
Okay.
combine, combine, and then weld it all at the end.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. So let me go in here. Let's try this. I just want to see what it looks like. Ooh,
Okay. So you did it inside out.
inside. Oh, that looks it. Well, yep, that looks great, and it
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
look like a lot of work.
Correct.
Oh, oh, I'm ecstatic right now. But this is how I play with the designs. I'll try it one way, I'll try it another way, and then be like, huh, let me try it like this.
Gotcha.
I'm
Gotcha.
trying to look for the best result, right?
Yeah.
Click here. Let's do island field. Clear the paths,
Yeah.
merge overlapping
Yeah.
stones. Oh, this is gonna look good. I'm liking it
Yeah.
already. Liking it already.
Yes. Let's clean up.
Uh, So I will spend probably at least a good 5, maybe 10 minutes searching out the best route before I go in there and spend
Mm,
20, 30 minutes getting it perfect.
okay. That's something good because I do like you saying, I just go with the first one. I don't look and see, try something different, see which one works. And if I do, I haven't been doing for the rhinestones, I haven't been doing a nudge. So next time I know I'll nudge it and then, like you're saying, look at it and see, opposed to just working on the first thing that's thrown out there. Yeah, okay, got it.
Right. Oh, and here's how I learned from that. I'll be an hour into a design, you
Uh-huh.
know, and I'm sitting up there looking at the design like, oh, I probably got 20 more minutes of cleanup because I'll be trying to do some like I mean whatever this was over here. Like, if I would have went with that as the first option, I would me personally, let me try to get the zoom in. My zoom get kind of sensitive. I would have
Hmm.
wanted to fix this line, that
Yeah,
line, that
yeah,
line,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I would have been halfway through fixing this side, and then my mind would have been like, hold on, let me see what it looks like with a hatch fill. And I would have deleted all of this, you know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
And then went to the hatch field and then still didn't like the hatch field and then be like, all right, I think I'm about to go to sleep tonight. Like, you know what I mean? Like that design just wore me out. Like, you know what I mean? And didn't have
gotcha.
anything completed. So I learned to nudge it out, save those so that I can see them,
Mm-hmm.
and look at the design and just, hmm, let me try like this. And sometimes you'll get a different result. You'll get a better result and a easier cleanup job.
Okay, yeah, that's a good tip.
So now let's see these stones. I'm gonna click on my black and I'm gonna just nudge it out. Boom. I'm gonna bring this down, make a copy, send it to the back.
Mhm. That looks
What?
good. Yeah.
Yeah, well actually let me nudge these colors out. I'm just selecting them and holding shift. We nudge those over. Nudge that one over. Ooh.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. That looks
Oh
really good.
man.
That looks
Oh, that
really
looks so good.
Yeah, that does look really good. Yeah.
On a black shirt with now even now let's say the stones are touching here just a little bit, right? But
Mm-hmm.
they're not touching, but they are right there. We can do a place and feel
Okay.
on the inside. So I'm clicking on the diamond,
Okay.
place and feel on the inside, no stones. And let's take it back like 0.02. Let's see what that
Okay.
looks like. Island feel. All right. I'm gonna change the color to purple. I'm gonna right click on to clear the outline. And I'm gonna just take this white part right here, our old outline,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna just send that to the back.
Oh, yeah. That's what, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
now,
I'm, yeah.
yeah. So now
Okay.
I'm gonna take this and just change it to white so we can see it a little better.
Yeah, yeah. So you have more than a clearance when you do with the rhinestones. Got
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I could have did that both ways. So let
Mm-hmm.
me show you over here. So I just did it on the back end. I'm gonna control C, control V. I just
Uh-huh.
made a copy and I'm gonna move that over here,
And place
nudge
it.
that to
Yeah.
that one. Boom.
Okay.
All right, so okay, so it still has the gap here from
Mm-hmm.
when I just did it up. Okay. That's good. That's good though, and that's okay. So you can do it with the rhinestones as well. So on your place and fill, instead of the typical 0.075,
Uh-huh.
you can go in 0.85
Okay.
island field.
Battlefield. Okay.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. Remember, we got to switch it back to
Yeah.
add stones.
Oh,
And
okay. So okay.
it's going to bring it back off that edge a little more.
Got you. And so you just had to, yeah, do
Yeah. So we
look for
just set
Duke.
the
Oh, yeah,
contour.
on top.
Oh,
Okay.
what'd you say? I'm sorry.
That's what you at the bottom. I don't know all the symbols down at the bottom. Merge overlapping one. You did a merge overlapping one to
Yeah.
remove the ones that was on top. Okay.
Yeah. So, whenever you do a fill, you always have to
Yep,
clear the
that one
path
first.
and then,
Yep,
yeah.
yep. Because I've had stuff mess up when I did. Yeah, try to do that. Yes.
After 11 years, well 13 now. 13 years of using the software, I that's just an automatic for me. Like boom, 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 like and sit
Yeah.
there and wait for it to do its thing.
Okay.
But I am definitely loving this. I'm going to save this right here. Oh, wait a minute.
Hmm.
Look, you see what I did? My goofy self. I got I was so excited. I deleted my color. Let me nudge my color back over there because the color is either going to be sublimation or it's going to be DTF.
Okay.
Or if I'm putting it on a thick garment, I might just order flock in all of those colors and then, do a flock like on the back of a
Oh, okay.
jacket or something.
Okay. I saw you do flock with that. You said you can do flock with the rhinestones. Okay.
Yeah. So when I first got started, right,
Mm-hmm.
and I first went to Google and I looked up rhinestone shirts. I'm just gonna put in for men in
Okay.
general. A lot of this only rhinestone stuff came up. But here, I mean, we're in 2024. I'm talking about when I looked it up in 2011. I
Okay.
mean, here it is still just a lot of the same stuff comes up where it's all rhinestone.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a mixture, of course, but that's after the time when they first came up, they were just all
Rhinestones. Uh-huh.
yeah. What is that? That's dope. I'm gonna have to go back and check that out. All right, let's go to Etsy. So when I went to Etsy, let me get off of. I want to go to actual Etsy.com. It took me to my dashboard. I'm still gonna keep taking me there. Let me get rid
Oh,
of
just put it, yeah, remove all the stuff from the back, yeah.
boom. I was looking for rhinestone shirts because back then that's what I was just trying to make. I was just trying to make rhinestone shirts. Never did I ever consider that I would uh actually be sharing the designs and teaching other people the designs. I went on there looking for rhinestone shirts just to see what it was like, and here it is, still in 2024, rhinestone. It's just
Yeah.
rhinestone. So as I was designing and did my first couple of shirts, I was like, yeah, it just looks so plain and it looks like everything.
Yeah.
So then when I started doing the outlines, let me go. I just wanted to show that real quick that it's still to this day when you look up rhinestone shirts, it's going to
Yeah.
be all just rhinestone.
Just all rhinestones, yeah, yeah. That's why I like yours, it was different. Because it started off with them and it was all, just letters, words,
Right.
and everything. And that's fine. You started, you have that, but to look totally different. I like when you was doing, I saw when you was doing with the vinyl and the sublimation. Then you was doing the sublimation.
Yes.
And,
So the
yeah.
vinyl is a good example of vinyl. So the vinyl, I love the vinyl because it allowed me to actually oh no, this is all rhinestones. Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Wait a minute. But it allowed me to actually give more depth to the design. So here go one. Boom. And I was like, yes, I like it. But on a white shirt, you couldn't see the colors. Like you couldn't, like, the colors get washed out by the white, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, man, how would I get that red color up under those red rhinestones, you know?
Uh-huh.
So that's where the flock came into play at. And I tried the flock, and the flock worked perfectly. But when you're layering flock on a t-shirt like that with rhinestones, it can be begin to be a heavy. So that's why I said it definitely works great on a jacket or a sweatshirt or things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Racking my brain, I found out about sublimation. And then I love sublimation to this day. I think I love sublimation and rhinestones even better than DTF and rhinestones because you don't have that. The rhinestones, this many rhinestones on a shirt is heavy enough. You know, when you add in the DTF, it's it's nice and it looks nice, but it still like has that lacquerty feel. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
uh, to each his own. You know, when it comes to making a dark color shirt, DTF is my go-to though. You
Yeah.
know, that's if uh it's a lot of colors. If it's 2 or 3 colors, I still might cut out some vinyl, and throw that shirt together. If it can be achieved that way and still look great. Uh, but full color, if it's a full color design, DTF is definitely my go-to, hands down. Because we did print and cut, large format print and cut.
Uh-huh.
You still got to weed it all out, and you still got to mask it, and you still got
Yeah.
to pull it up, and you still got to. So that was a lot. So
Okay. I do have a sublimation also printer too.
I love sublimation. So
Yeah.
this is a rhinestone and vinyl design,
Okay.
but as I learned about sublimation and I started realizing that once you have the design files, it's all about what you got. Like, you know what I mean? This can be print and cut if you got a large format print and cut, you know. This can be DTF if you have a DTF printer. It can be vinyl, you know. It can be sublimation. As long as you make sure that the image matches the guide, then you'll be just fine with however you print it out. So I went back in there and I was like, okay, I'm gonna show these colors on top of I'm gonna show the rhinestones on top of the color. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And a lot of people start asking, like, can you put rhinestones on top of vinyl? And I'm like, oh, that should be an age-old question that should be answered day one when you start doing research about this stuff. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like, or try it yourself and see. Like, you know what I mean? Because
yeah.
first time I tried, I was horrified because I gave the shirt to somebody. You know what I mean? They came back later that night after clubbing, and the, all of the stones were
Oh,
practically,
wow.
you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
it-
You know, the only thing about with sublimation is finding some colors that's not white in the material is not thin.
right.
That's my biggest thing about with sublimation is some of, you know, I tried, maybe tell me where, but the color ones, they're still thin, you know, it's like it's thin.
No, you like this one right here.
Yeah,
I
yours
think
that looks heavier than I've seen. Yeah.
it is. It is. You know, it's all about the price at the end of the day as well.
Yeah.
You know, and I scoured through SAMR. I need to check back with SNS Active, but SNS Active is just too much at times, in a sense of all the different warehouses they have and all the different shipping that you accrue trying to get that perfect shirt.
Uh-huh.
So I think this is Sport Tech. That's the brand this is, the Sport Tech.
Mm-hmm.
It's priced around probably about the $5-6 wholesale range, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they have other ones that are like Port and Company, and they have the pastel colors or whatever, but they're thinner, and they like fall in the $2 range, two and some change. So it just depends on the customer
Mm-hmm.
and what they want at the end of the day. I mean, to me, that $2 $3 price difference in the initial shirt is not gonna make or break it at all, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, but when they come to me and they're like, I'm on a budget, can I get it for cheaper? You know, then yes, I do use the cheaper shirt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause they they asked for the discount, like, you know what I mean, and I gave them the discount. Like, so there's times where I ask myself and I'd be like, do I want to get them the 296 shirt, or do I want to get them the 572 ones? You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And I guess that just based on the customer you're dealing with, the event that they're planning it for, you know. When somebody wants the club merchandise like this, yes, I'm taking a little less of a loss because I'm ordering a premium product to begin with, you know. So that's how I look at it, you know, because a lot of people think all these t-shirts cost $5 and they don't.
Oh.
They think they think based off of Walmart t-shirt prices, like, you know what I mean, that they all $5, you know.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Let's see here. I was playing around with this the other day, and I guess it's really only works if you go in there, go to TRW and buy a couple
Uh-huh.
of the live templates.
Yeah, I have that live templates, yes. Only use it a couple of times. But it's pretty cool. It is cool how you can just switch out the text. I do like that part. Yeah.
That's what I used to struggle with. Let me open up a new here. What I used to struggle with all the time was curved text,
Uh-huh.
like getting it to curve around. Like, we can do it here. Let's make a circle. Boom. And let's type out let's just put it in all caps. I want this text to curve around this circle.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a little bolder so we can see it. And click off of it. Okay, there it is. Well, actually, let me change the font to something a little bolder, like impact. I want this text to curve around this circle.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can right click on the text and drag it to the circle. And then once you see it had changes there
Uh-huh.
to
Yeah.
the compass, but you want to
Yeah.
get it right on the edge. It almost snaps to it almost. And then let go. And we can put fit text to path.
Okay.
And now we got the text curving around the circle. But if I wanted to put more text on the bottom down here, then what I found out after trial and error, is you want to right click, convert the curves.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, right click on the text and convert that to curves. So now we have our circle free again, and it's not connected to the text. I'm gonna type curve here. Make it bigger. Right click. Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Right click.
So you get that little icon.
Let it go. Fit text to path. It still puts it up there, but then I can grab it, drag it down, and curve it down here. But then, we still want to flip it and then flip it again.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Then I can click on it. Oh, well, you got to click twice to get the text. Now we have the text. And then we can resize it, grab it, and drag it off that edge. That red line shows you that it's in the center. All right. So I struggled with that for the longest time, but I finally learned how to do it. Was that I had to break that original text apart, because if not, it would just it wouldn't even let you put it in there. It came up so wonky. So once you break it apart and got the circle back free again, you can see how it's all together when I move it.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's still together. So you want to click on the text, right click on the text, and then convert the curves.
Mm-hmm.
And now the circle is free again. So you can delete the circle if you didn't need it and you just was trying to curve that top and curve that bottom like that. But inside of the templates, though, what I liked about the templates was some of them gave you that top curve and that bottom curve, and all you had to do was go in there and just change the text.
Yeah.
Made it simple. Then so simple. They gave you different. Like I like how this one was wider here,
Mm-hmm.
and then this one had more curve to it here. So I bought the templates based off of that and what I needed them for. In particular, I haven't even went back on there and seen if they had any new ones or whatever. But that's more so what I was looking at when I purchased my templates. I was like, "Ooh, they got that circle right there. That's gonna be easy." But then as I started going in there and playing around with them, they are like this one. Like this one is so much fun, or even this one,
Yeah.
because it gives you your curve here, gives you your curve here, but then you can also curve it up top. It was so much. So I liked these, and when people call for graduation shirts, it made it so easy. to just pop like this right here. Boom, that's ready. Quick design. Open that up real quick. Somebody say they're gonna tell you they school, they're gonna tell you, you know, they're gonna tell you that type of stuff, you know. You're
Yeah.
gonna plug it in. I just want to get rid of all of the splatter. Nope, let's not get rid of it. Let's nudge it off to the side. What's going on, fellas? What it do? What it do? I see you standing right there, man. You know I got the camera right here. And what's going on, man? Yeah, I'm on training. Yeah, yeah. This my partner right here. He got a he the one who has the large format DTF printer. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know it's down there in his area. You know, he's the main man that's on it 24/7. You know, printing out what we need. Yeah, I'll be in there. Well, we probably got about another half an hour. All right. Yeah. Yeah, on Saturdays, since I started my training on Saturdays, typically on Saturdays here at the shop, we be just hanging out, you know, just like our little clubhouse. We got 4,000 square feet, you know, of workspace. So, you know, we be hanging out in the break room. You know, we got our little podcast system set up in there, trying to get a podcast going. I try to influence everybody to if we all had our own YouTube channels, then we can collaboratively come together. But this whole YouTube mission, you got to actually be committed to it. You know, be willing to do it for one, you know, and then set aside the time to continue to keep doing it. Because for years, I had a video, you know, every couple months, you know, where I'm just sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna put a video up today. That's not how it works, you know. You got to be consistent, you know. You got to build. Well, it's not even building. It's as the Most High keep telling me all the time. It's you helping people to fish instead of just cooking them a meal and handing it to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I like that feeling. So that's what.
Well, like I said, I looked at you yesterday in the morning and then the afternoon when you was back on with the live. I was looking at stuff, and so I was like, well, don't let me just looking at you doing live. I'm listening, but should be working also. Yeah.
Right. What I'm going to do, and I don't know, it's just a habit of mine, is let me nudge all this back over, and I'm actually change the color. I'm gonna copy it and put it on a whole new document. I'm gonna close this one down. For some reason, I know that it say changes to untitled. No, because are they titled here? That's what I had to ask myself. Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
live template. So it's just numbers. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what come up. Okay, when it comes up untitled and I make my changes, I'll be thinking like, oh, I don't want to save over the original.
Yeah, the title one. Yeah, gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
so it's just a habit of mine. I always copy it and place it onto another one. But now I see that they all come up as untitled, so that's good. Okay, I got into a habit of doing that, and now I see I no longer have to. So let me size up my design here. I want to do a real in-depth tutorial to show people why you can't do extra small rhinestone designs and that the rhinestones won't fit. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you be like, oh, I wanted it on a hat. And I'm like, there's machines out there that do that. This process is not for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, uh, let's say here, that ain't even gonna work. Place and fill, let's put it back on 0.075. That's not gonna work, is it?
If it is, it's not gonna be a whole lot. It's not gonna look right.
Uh-oh.
Not too bad, but still, you gotta
Not too
hope.
bad, yeah. Let's see. Let's check it out. I like to check it out, like putting the black box behind it. Push it to the back. See?
Yeah, you can't even tell what it is.
Can't tell what it is at all. So that's a perfect example on
Too
what people.
small.
Wait a minute. Well, people will be like, "Well, no, just use SS6 stones." So let's try it with SS6 stones, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got this little chart here.
Okay.
Uh,
So you added a 6.2.
yeah, I'll send it to you, or when you go back and look at the video, you can just pause it and then input
Okay.
these numbers so
Okay.
that, yeah. I don't know if you've ever tried to use SS6 stones, but
I haven't
whenever,
cut yet. I haven't
okay,
cut with 6. Yeah, I have some stones, but I've never cut.
all right, my first time trying it, um, it was a nightmare. Like, you know what I mean? Just like your first time trying just rhinestone templates in general, like even trying to cut out SS10s, my first
Mm-hmm.
time wasn't perfect at all. My second time, third, fourth, fifth time wasn't perfect. Like until I got the pressure right and the blade right, all the settings right, then I knew. So SS6 was a nightmare and I struggled with it. So I was like, what if I make the circle a little bit bigger? And it helps, but then you also want to focus on your spacing. So
Mm.
right here, this point 2 um, works great with SS10 stones. Like so, maybe on the spacing for SS6s, you go down to .1. I haven't fiddled around quite with the spacing here on SS6s. I just changed the size of them here. But now that I'm thinking of it, though, we could actually change the space of them side by side to .1, and that may help them to brush in easier since they're a smaller stone. What happens with the SS6s is they like to bounce the other stone out the circle, out the hole because they're so tiny.
Tiny. Yeah.
And I believe that happens because the space that they are traveling between, they have room to bounce and it just pulls the other one out. So I'm gonna try that on my next one that I cut. I'm gonna eliminate that space and go .1 smaller since it is a smaller stone. Yeah, but this helped me for sure. You see, I made a SS 10.2,
Mm-hmm.
which the typical size is 130. I made that 10.2, 133. Just for stones that you may buy from elsewhere that just won't fit into that SS10, the SS 10.2. Matter of fact, I do a lot of my designs using this one right off the top because they just brush in easier.
Easy. Okay.
Yeah, the SS10 they be tight. You'll get them in there, but then you'll still probably have to hand set a few here and there. But that 133, I try to remember to automatically choose this one. But sometimes I forget and I just got to change the whole design at the end. And that still works. You're starting off with SS10 stones.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you. I love this. So let's start off with SS10 stones. And we're going to just island fill this, clear the path, and merge overlapping stones. Oh, that's the small one. My bad. I want to do it on this big one here. That way we can really see what I'm talking about. Let's change the stones to yellow. So now we got them in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they look good. But now we're going to highlight all of those stones. We're going to change it here to my 133.
Uh-huh.
Zoom in so you can see it. And right here, we're going to replace all stones with the selected size chosen.
Yeah.
Boom. So they still gonna brush in real good, but now the space between them is just a little less, a little bit less, you know? And I like it like that. It almost like tightens it in a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you got your settings dialed in and you already can successfully one pull,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
The Romeo does real good. I've been really impressed.
Right.
I've been really impressed with that. It's not the high end that you have, but it does really good. Does really good.
I don't even have a high end. This one right here on US Cutter, it's $2.99 with the stand.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
so a lot of people when they first get started, I don't, uh, I don't I want to say it because I don't want to offend anyone when they go back and watch the video. But truthfully, I don't think people do enough research. You know, uh, when I started, I had a job. You know, and I researched every day when I got home until I went to sleep. Like, you know what I mean? I was researching and just seeing, well, like, okay, I want to learn how to make rhinestone shirts, but it was 10 different programs to choose from. You know, and I could have just jumped on one and then wasted my money because that program didn't have any support. You know, it wasn't a community of people out there teaching that software. You know, it wasn't you buy it and what you learn how to use it by yourself. Like I didn't want that, so I did research, and wrote them all down. Was googling them every day, and the rhinestone world stuck out to me because back then, we talking 10, 11 years ago, it was a group of them online every day, different videos showing how to use the software as the software progressed and as it updated from 2.1 to 2.4, then to 3.0, you know? So that since 5.0 Pro has came out, all of those old videos are still there and they don't help you with this screen or this setup, you know, unless you had each version like I did as they came along, you know, as they came along, then you will be familiar, like, oh, they just merged these two buttons into one button. So now I see it does this and this. Like, you know what I mean? And so I still find myself going in there and hovering over each and every one just to refresh myself, like it's something I could be doing over here that already has a shortcut over here. Like, you know what I mean? And maybe I play around with it and use it more and become familiar with it. If not, that button just gonna be sit like what it say? Select pass for blends and brushes. I haven't in 10, 12, 13 years, I haven't used any blends or any brushes, you know? So I'm like, ooh, what's that? Just now as I'm talking to you. So I would say I'm advanced, but I'm no expert, you know? I would say I'm advanced, but I'm no expert. I've had so many things happen to where like the whole size chart, I had to do my own size chart because it was frustrating when you got I ordered Rhinestones from somewhere, SS10 Rhinestones, and they did not fit my SS10 template. That's where I had to do my 138. My 138 is like, okay, AB colored rhinestones where they got that metallic coating on them. They sometimes are a little thicker than traditional SS10. So I got those different sizes in there for that. And that's just alpha trial and error, and like, okay, I'm not about to keep uh only brushing in half the template and then you taking your little wax pencil or whatever and just to get the stones in the circle just so that you can pick them up.
Yeah.
No, they supposed to all brush in little to no time. All right, let's see here. That's all together. Oh, we never changed anything because I went right into
so you need to go over there to the template.
yeah. So let me close this down. And let's go. We should be able to highlight this and find all the text still.
Yeah.
We're gonna change Mustangs to Cougars. I like to highlight half of it because I know that Cougars is all together. So I'll just like to go, whoop, get those stones out of there real quick. So we don't need this no more. I'm sure, I hope that a lot of people see this and they're like, okay, point proven. wait a minute. I do so much at times. We never we were talking about the SS6s, then I went
Yeah.
into the size chart. So let's just see if SS6s will work. Place and fill, island fill. Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. Haha, okay, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
We still got to check, make sure on the black. Okay, not bad. If we went in there and cleaned it up a little bit, it would definitely work, you know. Or if we think outside the box and
Do a path.
nope, we spread this out. Wait a minute. Not that way. We want to edit
And then just space it
text
in.
spacing. Well, I already welded it. Hold on. Let's get it that size again. Because it looks better. I be in here trying stuff like, okay, how can I get it to look better? So text spacing. Okay. Grabbing it out of there is not working for me because it's still all part of that design. So that's why it's giving me trouble like that. So we'll do it like this. I know that's a different font, just a little bit.
But it's a thick font.
Yeah. So let's go place and fill, island fill, clear the path, merge overlapping stones, change them to yellow. Okay. But if we text space it, so now let's spread these out some. I know it's all contingent upon the space that you're using. Now, when we have our black box behind it, boom.
Still not, yeah, can't
Yeah,
read.
still gotta fix the text. So
The A doesn't work. The
yeah.
C looks almost like a O.
Yeah, you're right. I thought if we spreaded it out, you know, we can make out the letters
It's
a
so
little bit
small.
better.
Yeah, it's too small.
Too small altogether. All right. That's that for that lesson. All right, let's change it to 2024. So can't click it over here. We got to click it over here so that it pops up down here. 2024. And you would have thought that would have fit better in there. So I'm just going to fix it myself. I clicked on it, my whole shift, and I brought it back some.
Yeah.
I'm a whole shift again and bring it up like this. Did I do it too much? Yep, it's a little too much. So I'm gonna just grab the top by itself and just drop that down just a little bit.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Where you say you at again?
Oh, Maryland. But you can put Howard. Howard for Howard University.
All right. We're gonna just change Florida to
DC. Oh yeah, university is good. Yeah, university, yeah.
boom.
Yeah, they templates are good now. Those go live templates are pretty good.
Pretty good. And let's say
Pretty good. Yeah.
let's say we took the basketball off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now we are going to just
Okay.
grab all of this here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what it looks like if we stretch it this way. It still works. I'm going to Control G, group that area
Yeah.
together. So that way, now that it's all grouped, I'm gonna hold Shift, click on Cougars, and I'm gonna press C to center it.
Okay.
Boom. Okay. So I was almost there. I'm gonna grab all of this here. I'm gonna group that, hold shift, center it to the cougars as well. Okay, so it was just off just a nudge.
Mm-hmm.
And then do this as well. Group that. And then center it to university. All right. That's kind of slick. I just put cougars up there for whatever reason. Let's change that to what we want to change that to.
Bisons.
Bisons.
Yeah.
All right. With it still selected, I'm gonna hold shift,
Mm-hmm.
select this, and center it. Okay, so it was still centered. That's good. But it looks like it's hanging off. So that's why I like to bring in my rulers. Drag it right off the side, boom, and then drag another one off from this side, boom. Now we can see, like, okay, we can,
What, how they touching? Are they touching it with the
yeah,
guys?
yeah, we can bring this out just a little more. So I'm gonna bring that to the edge, boom, and then bring this one to the edge. Okay, so now we know we got it good. Let's highlight it all. It's 8.9393 in width.
Mm-hmm. That's a little, maybe a little larger when you look at on a t-shirt how it will look, right? Because that's what I look at. I do the mock-up to see, do I
Right.
like the size on a shirt?
Right, right. And then I'll grab a ruler and then I'll hold that ruler up to that particular shirt that's going on and be like, okay,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah. So that's what I base off the first initial design. I'm designing it for that first initial shirt. I want it to look good on that shirt. Now, if that person comes back and they're like, oh, I need this on the 2XL, then I will ask myself, is that design still going to look good on a 2XL? Or do I have to explain to them, if you want that on a 2XL, you don't want it to look too small, then I will have to charge you for another template because I will have to make you a larger template, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I try to make most designs fit for a medium, large, extra large within those three.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then it really depends on the design. If that design will look too big on a small, or if it will not look big enough on a 2XL.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it's only person that can really determine that is the person that's getting the shirt, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? But I try to definitely explain to people that if you are getting multiple shirts in the future, I can make it big, for if you have uh larger individuals that plan on getting this same design in the future. So that way on yours, you just put it on the back. So that way it's on the back big and you don't have to worry about it being big on the front and coming up under your underarms.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah. So I try to keep especially dealing with ladies and lady shirts and V-neck shirts and things of that nature. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I gotta go grab that ruler because depending on how deep the V-neck is, 12.934 you might not have enough room. Like, you know what I mean? You try to get this on the shirt and then you can't get the bottom line in, or it stops at university. You know, so I always like to measure for the original shirt and then just go from there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something I hadn't been doing. So I was doing a mock-up to look and see how it looks, right? And
Yeah.
then sometimes I would like, take a paper or whatever, if it's longer the paper, and just look and see how it looks on that shirt and stuff right there to
Okay.
see
Yeah.
if it's too big or too small. I would like, and sometimes I would just print them out, just print it out and just look at it and see what it looked like on the shirt, and then I had like a mannequin that I could put it on to see how it curves around and all that stuff. So yeah, especially like you say with women. With yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Because when I first got started, I bought a 24-inch cutter. Back then, the rhinestone world was selling 20-inch rhinestone flock. And so I was cutting out all of my designs too big, you know, and I started realizing that I was going so big that the designs would fall up underneath the shoulders. And but then I started selling the designs on Etsy, and I realized a lot of people, 90% of people got a 12-inch cutter. No matter what brand it is,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of
what's
people
that?
got a 12-inch cutter.
Mhm.
So I started designing for 12-inch cutters, and I realized you can do it all over shirt with a 12-inch cutter still, you know, because there's different placements. Seen the Tupac that I did with the palm trees? He has the palm trees in the
Yeah.
background. That was cut out using
Yeah.
12-inch rhinestone flock. I just cut it out in sections. I cut his shirt out in one section. I cut the palm trees out in 2 different sections. I cut his face out in one section. I cut his bandana out in one section. So when I piece that together, I'm grabbing I think most of them are on one big board. I think I got like two boards.
Yeah, yeah, because
Yeah.
I also have, I got a silhouette and cameo. So that's where I first came in. I didn't come into rhinestones to the last probably over 2 years. Yeah, over 2 years. Yeah,
If
so I
we
started with those, the basic ones.
if we made this bigger,
Yeah,
let's say
what those look like.
bigger than our cutter. Let's
Yeah.
say we made it 1221, 12 221,
Mhm.
right? And you're like, oh, that's too big. It's not too big, right? If you're trying to get that on, and you want that size on a back of a hoodie or something, I want it big like that. All you got to do is, I'm just Hatchfield. That's a lot of stone. Quick. All right.
Okay.
Then, oh, that's all together. So let's ungroup all of that. So I want the 2024. Yep. Hatchfield. To the people who don't know about Rhinestone software and that you can cut this stuff out with machines, and they ask you, you put each one of those on there one by one. When I
I know.
first started, I said yeah, because it greatly increased the value of the product that they're getting. And if they think in their mind that I sat there and did that one by one by, oh, you're so good. How did you get them so straight? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to revel in the enjoyment I got when I told people that I did it one by one by one by one. Like, yes, just like you got to do shoes or like you got to do tumblers, it's the
Yeah.
same way with shirts. But then for real though, I did my first couple of shirts. It was hand setting rhinestones onto the shirt, but I was pressing them in though. I wasn't using a glue.
Gluing. Wasn't gluing them.
So it didn't get that 4, even though the 4 is part of the 2024. Hmm, interesting. The way I would fix that is, can I hatch fill that 4? I mean, can I smart fill that 4 by itself? Got it. Let's hatch fill it now. Clear the path, merge overlapping stones, and we're just going to
Mhm.
get rid of that smart fill. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but sometimes it'll miss a letter, miss the entire letter. And I'm like, just smart fill that letter and hatch fill it, and then go in there and delete that smart fill.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So we just got the 4. I'm going to just zoom in there and get rid of that smart fill. Boom. Now it's completed. So down here, we cutting all, let's say we cutting all of it. We want to cut this out and put this on the shirt. We have to break it into parts.
It didn't get the V. Look at that.
Look at that, yeah. And that's maybe because it's still, I never break apart the effects, you know.
Mhm.
Most of this text over here, it's not even welded. So maybe that's why that's happening as well too. So, but that's cool. It was supposed to happen like that, so to show you how to fix it. Boom, get that V,
Mhm.
island fill it. I'm trying to tell you back when as I was learning, and my mind adjusting more to uh not only learning it, but learning it to help and assist others. This drove me wild for about an hour, you know? Oh, why I keep doing that? Why I keep doing that, man? Why I want to get the V? Why I want to get the V? And I was deleting it, doing it over. And then one day just, bro, just try to smart fill that, do the V by itself and move. Oh, bing
Yeah.
bong. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We'd be we'll be all day if we didn't know the tricks and the tips. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been like you too, looking at and I do something and it'll come back on me and I'm like, okay, you think I think I can do it, fix this way
Yeah,
instead of just always throwing stuff away, starting over.
yeah. Oh, look how I did the W.
I know that some with the W. Yeah.
Oh, on this one, I ain't even gonna settle for that. I'm gonna highlight this whole thing. I'm gonna click on it and let's see if I can weld that.
Build it. Okay.
Now let island fill it again. I want to see if it do it. Okay, it didn't fix it. Okay, here's more. Here's other fixes though. Because manager,
That's weird to
once
do
it started,
that little bit of time, isn't it?
huh?
I said it was weird, the undo how it was so slow doing one thing at a time.
Yeah, yeah,
One stream.
that's how it does it sometimes. And I don't know whether it's the computing power that I'm using, the processing power with us on Zoom, and it's already that's a lot of stones in the 2024 in the Bisons.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna control C,
Okay.
copy it, and paste it so that I can nudge over uh, uh another one. We need that one. We need them both because I'm going to click on this one and I'm going to bitmap and I'm going to convert that to a bitmap. So now hit OK here, and it's back to pixelated.
Okay.
Okay, so now that is back to being a picture. I'm gonna right click on it and let's outline trace it again from scratch.
Okay. Okay.
For some reason, it was breaking apart that W, and I don't know why.
Wow.
Maybe I thought a weld would have fixed it. Boom. Okay. Let's right click, ungroup all objects. We know we gotta weld the Howard back together. So let's click on the word. I mean the letters.
Mm-hmm.
Weld it. Now it better work. It better work. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Merge
It's
overlap.
weird. Uh-huh.
Sometimes you just gotta bitmap it, turn it into a picture,
Mm-hmm.
vectorize it again.
And then vectorize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will not be defeated.
Yeah.
I remember I was on the training one time with this lady. She wanted to learn how to do the scatter effect, and I had never did the scatter effect. I was not going. We learned how to do it, but I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do that unless that's got to be a special request. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be a special request. As you can see, I'm just fixing these here.
Yeah. Now see, I didn't use that one up there, fill in between two. I was using the other one down at the bottom.
Oh,
Replace the stone to make a space and equal. So that's good for me to
I
see that.
love fill
Yeah.
between two.
Yeah.
So took me the longest to realize it, that what it was and what it did.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, we would have, you know, got those two stones, you know,
Mm-hmm.
put the line in them, and then click, 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 click. Nope, our fill between two is allows you to select one, hold shift, select the other one, and fill between two.
Yeah.
It's some I like it, but it gets the stones a little too tight to my liking. So I
Mm-hmm.
always like -1 or take it back one.
Down there. Okay.
But then you still have to, when you're using fill between two, you still have to shift and clear the path as if
But
you
yeah.
use this tool here.
Yeah, to remove that. Okay, yeah.
They're one and the same, but the fill between two, you won't see the black line between your stones.
Oh, okay. Yep, yep. You're right. I would always see that line and I would know to go there and clear it. Yes,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let me show you. When you're using that fill between two, remember I told you it is just like the other one, but there's no line. So watch this. I hit the fill between two, right? And then I click off of it. Boom. I forget to shift clear the path.
Yeah.
I forgot that. I forgot to shift and clear the path. I clicked off of it. I done did 8, 9 other things. And then I
Mm-hmm.
go to move. They're all still together, as if they got that line in between them. And when you try to go cut or send it to the cut, they're gonna come up as an object and not a stone, because they're
Mm-hmm.
together still like this. So you always want to remember to shift and clear.
Your path. Yeah.
And now when you click on it, they're separate. So when using the fill between two, definitely remember to shift and clear the path as if you were using the replace stones to make the spacing equal.
Yeah. Because you can actually see that line that goes right there through it. Yep, sure do.
I wish the line actually popped up in between the fill between two, but hey,
Just know it, and then that way you can just at least remember to clean that up. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
now go back to Zoom or you do. I saw like a little dotted line right there. Around the D is that's probably the document size. The little dotted, come over there by the D. See how that little or
Oh,
is it a guide or
oh,
something?
oh
Oh, that's
yeah,
a
yeah,
guide.
yeah. So that's my ruler that I drew
Oh,
out.
okay. I was like, okay, all right, got you.
Yeah. Remember, since dragging out these two
To
rulers,
line up to Howard, yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you
And you
should
know
be
we
able to
got them
send it. Mhm.
up here as well.
Yeah,
So I use my rulers religiously all the time. They're gonna help you too. I mean, get your design how you want it to look. You know,
yeah.
when you want to delete them, you can just click on one, hold Control A for all.
Uh-huh.
It highlights all of them. Now they're all red, so we can just press delete.
Okay.
But sometimes, I mean, there's been times where I was doing a pattern design and I'm dragging out the rulers trying to match this up with this up, and there was 45 guidelines on my screen. And
Wow.
I went through a training trying to figure out how to get them all off. And that's how I learned how to do the Control A, because they were so in my way, but I needed them all, and I had got that far into using them and didn't know how to get rid of them all.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start using them, you're gonna see like, okay, I do like using these rulers and guidelines. So in the software here, nope, I'm gonna fix that. So I like it when one of them goes straight, but this one's off just a little bit too. And then the other one, I'll nestle that one between the other two if it'll work. So let's see here. I'm only going all the way back because that's how the old me used to do it. And I want
Mm-hmm.
this whole row here to be all equally spaced. But nowadays, I only probably go in about 9 or 10 up and then just
Uh-huh.
visualize it and see, okay, yeah, that looks good. Shift and clear the path. Yep. So I would nestle this row right between these two, like so. boom, and then start it this way. Makes it look
Yeah, see,
cleaner.
that's the thing too, like when you're looking at it, where to start and where you want to end, right? Because
Yeah,
I was looking at sometimes I was like, man, I'm spending too much time on this thing. You know, it was like really a lot of time. You're right, it was a lot of time, but now I'm picking up easier ways because now I would test first to see which one is going to work better, right? The island or the hatch,
yeah,
right? Or the path, and look at that and seeing how I'm liking it, opposed to me going in and realizing this is a lot of work and I'm still not satisfied with it.
right. Like I like how the Howard looks, but
Mm-hmm.
really, really, it might be less work if we hatch filled it and gave it so it gives it like a hatch fill here,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll probably we need something in there, like some text need to go in here. If you ask me, like, I'll probably put Kawana rights, like,
Mm-hmm.
or let's hatch fill this right here. Let's see what it looks like. Yes. So I only island filled it because the university was island filled, and I think that would have looked great on a black shirt, but uh Hatchfield looked just as good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now with Hatchfield, as you can see, me personally, the I keep saying the old me because when I first got the software, I was so excited to be doing rhinestones. The only person in my area doing rhinestones. Um, I printed out stuff like, this was going to the printer. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that looks so good. Oh yeah, I'm ready to go. I didn't even realize, I didn't even see these errors here,
Mm-hmm.
here. Um, and at that time, it didn't matter in my mind until I got to brushing in the stones. And now I'm brushing in the stones and I'm seeing each and every little, oh man, I could have did that better right there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So um to each his own though. Here here it is. And this is life. You get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are like, oh man, can I get it for 25? I probably
Do
run
it
that
then.
field, and it's headed to the cutter. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
quoted them 45 and they say, okay, bet, great. Then on that type of order, I'm in there like, okay, you know,
Just a little bit. Just a
yeah,
little bit. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. 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 Got you. But if you're charging more, because like you're saying, people don't want to pay.
right,
They think everything is free. And I was like, first of all, your time is not free. The software is not free. The cutter, though, and you're doing, if you're doing custom templates,
man,
right? You can't reuse those ones, right? If they're really custom with someone
right,
on there. So that means you're cutting it out. And that's for that one person, right? That one
yeah,
particular
yeah,
thing, whereas the ones that you sell, because I purchased some of your templates out there and you make it generic, right? That
yeah,
you can use it and stuff
yeah,
like that. So yeah.
uh,
'Cause I really do want to get more into the digital, I think, because I'm working and I think I do better with now go back up there what you did that one. I'm curious. So
okay,
if you was to go and you wanted to be symmetric with the other part of the W,
yeah,
so yeah, could you keep going up there with the W and could you like you know how you just remove on going straight across to the middle part
yeah.
and no, I'm saying come down some more. I wish I can point
I'm
my finger on the screen like you can see me. Okay, so go back where you had the less, where you started cleaning up that one. Go up one more
okay.
row right there. Okay, at that row.
This
Come
one,
down. Two down
oh,
rows.
right here.
One more right there.
Okay,
Okay.
right here.
Yes, if you was to do that across all the ones, if you wanted to look very symmetric, right? Could you go all the way across the whole W on that line, right? And do
Yeah,
the line spacing, right? The fill in, but between two
Yeah.
and then delete the ones that's like where the white is at. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right. So I could, and I have done that at times, and did fill between two,
Uh-huh.
but
And do less.
yep, check me out. But
Uh-huh.
let's just say I was going to use vinyl with this as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would double click here, and then I would grab these 3 nodes. Well, it's 4 of them. You see them? They right here.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see it.
Yep, and I would just bring this little fella down, just a spooch.
Got you.
Probably okay.
And clean up the line.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh,
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
I know. Like you're saying, what do we say? Sometimes
Look,
it gets
y-
funny,
yep, yep.
right?
I did something that it did not agree with, like,
Uh-huh. I have had that.
and I know what happened. Let me see. Okay, so I can't even zoom back out or zoom in. You see it down here?
Mm-hmm. I see it. I
Yeah.
see it.
So, uh-oh.
And it's like it's freezing. I've had that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it did freeze up. I would have to save this and then close it down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was about to say it ain't gonna let me close. Sometimes it don't be letting me close, and I got to do a restart. But then we go to our templates to be cut. Kawana. And then open it back up, and then we should regain where we were at. Oh, I did it. Wait a minute. Yep.
That's sometimes the stuff is so finicky.
Yep. So when this happened, like this,
Uh-huh.
last time this happened, that's a whole shut down this software. So let me make sure I got all my designs saved. I was working on.
Mm-hmm.
It won't. I can't see nothing on none of the screens. So
Mm.
yeah, that's just shutting it down and restarting it. But I want to make sure I got all this stuff saved.
Yeah.
So many times I'll get here and be like, oh, something wrong. And I'll be so trying to finish and complete the design.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just shut it down and lose all of that work.
I've had that. So okay. And even when I've been saving, right?
Yeah,
Trying to save things often, I'd be like, why am I having this? Why is this thing not open up and it's like a blank screen? So you're saying make sure you have what you can, save it and then shut it down.
yeah. Whenever it like when that line went,
Mm-hmm.
that's when that happens, that's when you go up there and you hit save. Because the next time right after that line goes and you try to move something, that's when Corel shuts down automatically on you. I
Yeah.
had it happen so many times that I programmed my mind to know that as soon as I see that line, that's when I should hit Control Save. So at least I can save everything up until that point. Because as soon as I try to go do something right after that, even if you just move in a circle,
Shuts
Coreldraw gonna automatically shut down. But that's all the little bumps or whatever in the software or in the plug-in working with the software or little hiccups, they're
Uh-huh.
easily fixable once you realize what is happening. Once you realize what is happening, you try to prevent it from happening.
Gotcha.
And that works best for me. We can't prevent that so that happens. Just sometimes I think what happens, sometimes I think we're selecting, boom, we're selecting so many circles that we might end up selecting the object behind the circles. So now we got not only the circles, but we got the text. Well, I'm trying to show on screen froze. And we got the text part of it too. And then we hit that equal space, and Coreldraw is saying, huh, you can't equal space those circles with this text, and unbeknownst to us that we even clicked the text. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
let me see here. Every time I try to give an example of an error, it never wants to throw an error at me. So let's see here. So say we're trying to equal space. All of those stones right there, and we clicking, we hold shift, and we click, 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 and we accidentally click this black. And then we click this, not even knowing that we accidentally clicked the black. And then we go to TRW and we equal space. There it is.
Got it. Got it. Yep. Yep.
So we're sometimes it's just us moving too fast, and we selected that box or selected whatever color was behind it on accident. This works sometimes too. Check this out. I'm gonna highlight them all from left to right, and let's see. Hopefully it works, because it works sometimes. Equal space. Boom. Add a stone. Add a stone. So that way you don't really got to go in there and try to select them all one by one.
Yeah.
Especially if you can slide in there and get them like this. Boom. Let me try it again. Because try it sometimes. It don't always work though, but I try it every chance I get. That way I ain't got to select them all. Boom. Equal space. Okay. See, you want to show out today, like, okay, whatever Ray say, we're gonna do the opposite.
Yeah. Because I'm always when I'm selecting, I'm like trying to make sure I'm not getting the 2 rows if I only want 1 row, but I think I'm focused too much on there, because if you get like a little bit of half of it, right, it's not selecting the whole row.
Right. Oh, let me show you another trick, and this just comes with doing so many designs. Now you see that end? See how it's messed up right there in the middle?
Yeah.
Watch this. The old me would have clicked in there, deleted that one. Click this one, deleted that one. Click that one, deleted that one. Really, I can go right in. I can be invasive from right here and go in there and get all of those stones, right?
Okay. Select them.
Yep, because I'm coming in right from this little white area where it's nothing there. Or I can just right click and lock this black. Now that the black is locked, I can grab it from right here off of the black, because the black is locked. It can't go nowhere. I can grab those stones from right there. Boom. And now we're going to equal space from here to there.
Oh, the locking. Okay.
Yep.
That's good. Okay. Got that.
Actually, let's go from there to there. So lock that object down. Then you got to remember to right click and unlock it. If you get to unlock it, you'll get all the way to your mock-up and be like, why isn't it showing that part of the design? It's gonna eventually come to you that, okay, I need to go back and unlock it. Unlock it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because if we lock it right here, lock that object, we try to put just that bison's on a shirt. Let's go to mock-up. Only going to show the pink rhinestones. It's not going to show the black backing. You're going to be like, what happened to my black? Where? What? That's why it's still locked. So
still locked. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Won't show up over here. That part drove me crazy too. As I'm learning the software, you start doing different stuff, and you're like, oh man, you get all the way down into the mock-up. Where's the other part of my design? It's I need some water. It's still locked.
Yeah, this is good. This is a lot of stuff play around. So I'll be joining your classes, some more of your classes that you have on the weekend. And definitely doing. So Yeah, because I have, some designs I really want to work on too. So this is giving me some ideas. Definitely some ideas that I want to. And I've been like struggling on some of the ones doing like working on three color Africa shirt rhinestones. And then I'm working with some Adinka symbols too.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. Sorry, my apologies. I
No
got somebody coming to pick up a shirt. He just messaged me. He said he getting off at 3. Okay, I'm at the shop.
Okay.
Oh, you missed it. Okay, it's one. It'll be one tomorrow. Hold on. I was trying to get as many people in here uh on this class with you as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess on Saturdays, most people they'll see it, they won't see it until noon, and then we'll be already in the class, and then I'll end up doing another one at 3 p.m.
Uh-huh.
No, but looks like the next one that I'll be hosting will be tomorrow for people that didn't make it in today. So there was this lady, she messaged me and she was like, "Hey Ray, is it going to be a beginner's course?" Because I got like a group of 3 or 4 ladies, and they all are pretty much at the same level. They've all taken the class. They've all taken the one-on-one multiple times. So they like to get in there on a group session because I host the group sessions for 2 hours instead of one
Uh-huh.
hour. They like to get in there on a group session, and it's more, I wouldn't even say intermediate, but it's more faster paced than an all out beginner's tutorial. A lot of people that's taken a few beginner tutorials, they don't want to sit in on a class session of stuff they already know already. So I get it. And I'm trying to get it to the point to where a lot more people are at that stage to where they're comfortable with the software. That
Mm-hmm.
way we can dive into some more advanced stuff like I did this one. you
I
know,
remember when you did that one. I remember that. Yep.
I,
Yep.
I went through some work to do this one, but you see the result though.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I got a board where I can brush the stones in. I can probably put one of these shirts together in maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20, depending on uh if the stones got static, and depending on if my heat press was already heat up or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the print, if I get the print started first and let the print run, by the time I go brush in the stones and come back, the print should be done. So the print roughly takes about 10 to 12 minutes. So yeah, I can make one of these every 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. I saw the what was the one? The Hello Kitty.
Oh yeah,
That
yes.
was
Oh
that was
man,
cute. Uh-huh. And then the Cincinnati, what is it? Bengals. Sorry. I'm
yeah.
not football that much. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah. I saw the
I'm,
ones. You did 3 designs actually yesterday.
I did more than that. I was just I didn't cut the camera back on when I came back and finished my the last 4 shirts. So I'll show you. Let's see here.
Yeah, you were rolling yesterday. You was brushing in. You was brushing in a bunch of ones, then you went and then you started pressing. You was cutting too, because I saw you cutting the templates.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a lot more interactive because that's how I started. It was a lot more videos of me under the heat press and that part. But then once I got into more trainings, it was me having to learn Zoom and then having to learn these other softwares. Let's see here. Okay, here it is. Come on, why I can't see it? It won't. Oh wow. It won't let me see it like that. That's crazy.
Well, it's out there on Facebook. Let's see.
Is it because we're on Zoom? Like, that's crazy. Oh, let me see here. Does it let
Let me see.
oh, okay, so it let us see the mock-ups, but it didn't let me
Okay.
see the
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure. I didn't see that. Yeah, that one. I remember how you had split that one out. Okay.
yeah, but I wanted to show the finished shirts because it was a video. You see the stones dancing and everything, but they're not popping up here.
Uh-huh.
It's showing the mock-up. Yeah, so I did 3 of the purple ones. They look just like that. And then
Mm-hmm.
I did a Bengals one.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Bengals one, the black one you saw, but it said 1968 on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was cranking yesterday, and I need to stop doing that to myself. Like, I'll know the order is due on Friday, and Friday will be the day that I'll get up and get it taken care of. And Fridays will pile up on me. Like, you know what I mean? I'll get a call Friday morning. Hey, what's going on, man? Can I get a shirt back later on today? And then I done added another shirt to my list and another
Oh,
shirt to my
wow.
list. You know,
Wow.
sometimes I just tell people, oh, I'm sorry, I'm too busy. I can't do it. But I try to squeeze people in because I'd be like, hey, that's extra $50. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Extra $60
Yeah.
for the day, you know? And I think it's so far back. I sent her all of my Bengals designs, so it's a lot. We probably be scrolling back for the next 20 minutes. It's a lot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that one, and then the Harris one.
Yep. Yep. Now the Harris one, I'm probably gonna sublimate that because the last one that I did, I liked it. I just want to show people the difference. You can do
Mm-hmm.
sublimation or you can do. I didn't even give her that shirt. Oh, I forgot. That was her size too. She might not even be voting for Kamala. I don't know. I try not. I try not to get into politics with people, like, you know what I mean. But dang, I got
I,
this
I
shirt.
I I do my ones for my family, man.
Yeah,
For my family, I was like, if you volunteer to work on to get people out to vote and stuff, then I used to do shirts, free shirts for them.
I don't
But
even.
yeah.
But, oh, there it is. It was back of my chair. Like, so I definitely like it.
Mm-hmm.
But on this particular shirt, it's one
Can't
of
see the
those.
hair that much.
It's one of those no boundaries from Walmart. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's extra stretchy.
Stretching. Uh-huh.
And what people have to realize is you only learn this after working with vinyl for so long. When you put that stuff on an extra stretchy shirt, you see how it's pulling at it on the sides and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Like the design actually pulls at the shirt. So they got some stuff out there called Easy Weave Stretch.
Uh-huh.
That might work better, especially since this garment is so stretchy. Uh, I probably would have layered in block for her face to give her face more definition.
Mm-hmm. I like that design though. I like that.
Oh yeah, thank you, thank you. On a
Is it out there on
lighter shirt,
Etsy?
I would have probably sublimated it. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a polyester shirt. It's just black.
Yeah. So is that one out there on Etsy?
Yeah, yeah. This one is.
Okay. All right.
All of my Kamala designs are out there.
I'll definitely do. If to learn some stuff, if I want something different, but if it's already something I like, I'm not going to reinvent. I just buy it.
I totally get it. I totally get it. I as I be trying to teach people I could teach you the software all day long, you know. I can't teach you to design, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Designing is it's how you view things, it's how you look at it, it's how you say, oh, I like that. I would have put the heart over here though. Like you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that part is to each its own. Uh, I tell people all the time, like, I can't teach you how to design. I can just teach you how to use the software because
Software.
when you get in there on a late night by yourself, your design is all your design, all your own mind and how you lay it out. That's where the templates come in handy at. You know, I'll grab a template and take out all of the elements of it. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
stadium, this and that, you know, and just use it for the I liked how it was set up. You know, I
Set
like
up.
how
Yeah,
the text was set up. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But this,
yeah, I
yeah,
struggle with that.
sure. And I think the more I play around with it, the more I get, right? It's like you're saying, so I have to, when I finish working, I have to sit down and do this and work on it on the weekends and, the afternoons after I get off my job and stuff like that. So I have a computer, I have, I can do some program. I have that technology. It's just learning when to use the different techniques
Right.
that's out there. Like I said, I picked up a whole lot. I looked at your videos. I picked up a whole lot with that and stuff. So I've gotten a lot of good corners now on it that I'll definitely be doing. And like I said, I mean look at the recording, go back and look and see some of the stuff and say, oh, this is how I handle this stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think today was definitely a good one. All my trainings, when I go back and I start looking at them, they're never the same with each one. I am because it something to dawn on me as we're working, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta show this because I haven't touched on this enough, you know. So I love it. I love how interactive they may get with different individuals who have different questions about different tools, you know.
mhm.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this
I
was good.
definitely
So
love it. It
yeah.
roughly takes about we were on here for about a hour and 45 minutes. So it roughly takes that same duration for the video to render.
Mm-hmm.
And then it takes probably about a half an hour to 45 minutes for me to upload it to YouTube.
Okay.
So give me later today, a couple hours, and I'll send you a link with your video playback.
Okay, no, this was good. Thank you. And I'll be on some more. And then I'll do some of the personal one-on-one, especially when I'm trying to get some of these designs that I'm struggling with. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
People love to utilize me for that. You know, we'll be an hour on there uh on just on your design, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
then like I'll send you the CDR files to what we just worked on for your name, and that's yours as well.
Okay. All right.
All right,
Thank you.
sweetheart.
Thank you, Raymond. Have a good day.
Until we meet again, my friend.
I will. Bye-bye.